This is where I was like, I'm not scared to stand in the middle and fight.
Right.
You know, my life has been completely unconventional. Like, as we've talked about, I never knew that I'd be sitting here talking about Muay Thai with Kwasi on a Wednesday. And so life can change, very beautiful in many ways. And I never want to be caught in a position where I'm shit talking and motherfucker knock me out, okay? Because my motto is anybody can get got, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, hands up always. Okay, let's just talk about your kick. Pause. Okay. So, number one, your feet are the most important when you check a kick, and you have to meet the energy of that kick. I always give the visualization to saying, like, fuck you. Like, it's not gonna be like, fuck you.
You're probably not expecting to knock her out, but it happens, so.
I'm a sniper. You hear me? I'm a fucking sniper.
That's one thing about Muay Thai, and you can tell me a little bit more about it, that I see as a difference when I talk to people that do Muay Thai versus, say, boxing or wrestling or whatever. There's not all that whole braggadocious, super freaking shit talking. I mean, as much as an MMA fan as I am, it's like, that's why I think Muay Thai doesn't get as much, it's not as much in the limelight, because you guys don't do all that press conference I'm about to knock you out. The boxing has the same thing.
I'm gonna smash Peter. How about that? Is that a better answer?
How do you feel about that, since you brought up that respect level thing?
Yeah, and we can go back. I can touch more on the mindset. I know I didn't really answer that because I was triggered. But I do think there is a healthy amount of, like, I think there's a healthy way to exude confidence and bring that excitement, I guess, if you will, because Muay Thai in itself is, we always say Muay Thai is pain, right? Like in MMA, you can move around a lot. You have a lot more space. Yes, there's a lot more arts that are involved, and it's a much more, in a way, dangerous, because you have so many things that you have to consider. You know what I mean? In Muay Thai, we have our 8 limbs, and we have structure in that. But yeah, I do think that over the years, like, it might not get as much hype. I think now with social media and with everything, people are starting to understand Muay Thai more, and there's a lot more behind it. I mean, look at One Championship. Like, I would be honored to be a part of that organization, and they are huge. I mean, on a global level, and you don't see all of that necessarily with them, but it does make for entertainment. I personally don't really like it, because I think that a lot of people, they will shit talk, but they inside, back to mentality, they'll shit talk, but the reason of the shit talking is insecurity more than it is, you look at Conor McGregor, and that guy will shit talk, but he fucking lives and breathes that. You know what I mean? You can see it in the people. You can see in the people that that's their thing, and it works for them. And some people, they shit talk, and like, I never want to be caught in a position where I'm shit talking and knock me out, okay? Because my motto is anybody can get got, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone can get it. Anyone can get it.
Anybody can get it. It doesn't matter. I can get it. You know what I'm saying? I can get it. That's why I respect my opponents to the utmost, because I already know, and I'm not going to get caught on that wrong end of the stick, and then everybody's like criticizing me and publicly like shaming me. Nah, bro, you ain't going to get that chance, like I'm going to just say I'm showing up how I show up, and that's what it's going to be. So I don't know. I think the fight, there's a lot of guys that don't do that, and man, their fights, like, you remember them forever. You're like, damn, that was a really good fight. So I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. I think, there's fights now that social media can show, and they go viral, you know what I mean? But it's because it's a hard fight, and that's what people want to see. That's the entertainment at the end of the day.
Of course. I mean, the shit talking is still entertaining, right? That's why it's
entertaining.
We get into it. That's why people like wrestling, even though it's just like, listen, dude, it's like, there's a part where there's a little on the fictitious side, but at the same time, these guys are athletes, and that's what draws you in, some of the smack talking.
Worry about what's going on.
Shut your mouth, or the rock can listen to this boring crap, or I'll slap the dead right off your monkey ass and give it back to you.
Another fight here with you that I really, this is one a little later.
Here we go, round number 2.
Yes.
You remember this
San
one?
Diego. Yeah,
Yes,
this is San Diego.
So this one you won though, yes?
Yes, this one I started. This is when I started kind of more coming into my confidence. Okay,
Nice.
This is where I was like, I'm not scared to stand in the middle and fight.
Right.
You know, again, same thing. This girl had double the fights on me.
But you're mixing it up like you said before and clinching, because now before you weren't clinching, right?
I finished her actually in clinching. I finished her with knees in the clinch.
Okay.
I think right here. I was kneeing her and they stopped the fight. Yeah, see, I got the plume on her. There we go.
Yeah, okay,
And then you see how respectful I am? I literally try to catch her from falling out of the fucking ring.
Like, see, I get her up for the ring. I help her up. I don't let her fall
This
out
is
the
the
ring.
mom in me, bro. It's the mom. It's the female. It is the female maternal instinct that is in me.
Sports been like,
I'm like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Now let me commence with punching you in the face again. Right. But see, while we're talking about this too, because I wanted to get in this a little bit too, your regimen, and you talked a little bit like your coaching, but talk to me about the regimen here when you're ready to do a fight. What's it like? Is it, and I know it's like people got that image in their head. Is it like the Rocky montage where I'm up at 4, I'm cracking the egg yolks and I'm going for a run and then I hit the gym?
Hell no.
Okay, all right.
Hell
Okay, break it down
no.
then. Break it down then.
Yeah, hell no. I'm a mom. I'm running 2 businesses. Like, if I can sleep till 8, like, we are, you know, I do have to get up and I first fall into my mom duties always. You know, I don't have the luxury of doing that. I need rest. I would love to be the person that gets up at 4 a.m. and goes for a run and does that. Unfortunately, that's just not, I'm definitely a night owl. And I'm more productive, I think, at night because I don't have anybody needing Desiree, you know, like being a mom is hard. It's someone and being in a relationship, someone's always needing something from me sometimes, you know. And at night I can just, you know, be calm. It's quiet. I don't have to worry about, you know, doing this or getting this person this information or doing that. Everything is quiet and still, and I can focus on the things that I need. So in the morning times, it's all really about getting up and getting my son to school. You know, I really like to start the morning, like just taking care of stuff around the house, to be honest, getting breakfast, making sure my space is clean so that I can do the things I need for the day. Sometimes I'm training during the day and training at night. So there are days that I have 2 to 3 sessions in a day. And so I work around my meetings and work around things like that. In January, we also launched a coaching program called the Champions Blueprint. So a lot of my energy has been going into making that successful and building out our systems and doing all of that. So, you know, I've been transitioning from dealing primarily with wealth management throughout my entire day to now kind of starting and cultivating this little baby that we have here. And my partner also fights. So Gaston, he fights in the UFC.
With renovation with the dream killer, Gaston Bolanos is in the house. Extensive amateur career.
He just, man, he also is like, this guy's a fucking workhorse, man. He's
man in the ring, just fucking dope.
Yeah, and he also started Muay Thai. You know, his fame and all his stuff has come from his Muay Thai background. And he's known for his spinning back elbow, and he's been a pioneer too, you know. I kind of shift in modes too with him when he's fighting. When he's going through camp, I cook all his food and I do all of that. And, you know, I try to be there for him as his partner while he's going through camp, because we're very different in how we handle our camps. And his are super intense because MMA, your camps are 8 to 10 weeks. You know, Muay Thai, I can fight. I can fight in 2 weeks. I can fight in a camp is like 4 to 6 weeks, something like that. But yeah, it's definitely a busy day. I'm juggling many things. So from being mom to business to podcasting to creative to being you know, a partner for someone else who's fighting. So there's just a lot of changing, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes to like shift one thing, shift to another, and they're busy days. They're really busy days.
Yeah, I can imagine. So talk to just a little bit on does your coach keep you on a strict diet too? Because you got to be a certain weight as well fighting, or how does that? And are you good with that when you're doing it, or is it a struggle?
Yeah, no, actually, I'm very disciplined with my food. I've always been a person of, so first of all, I went from being a person that just like ate and like I said, growing up in Missouri, it was like just eating, you know what I mean? My relationship. Yeah. Like I'll cook the shit out of some soul food, eat it too. So, but my relationship with food has changed, and this is like what I'm working with my clients now that, like in our program, we have different cornerstones within that to make sure people are successful. So, essentially you're going through a fight camp, but you're never really having to step through in a ring, but you're getting the experience, right? Like as a fighter, we take you through strength and conditioning. We take you through the mindset component, right? We have mindset coaches, hypnotherapists, which I've been using a hypnotherapist for all these years. But the nutrition side, our nutritionist, dietitian, Marcella, she's actually my coach's wife, and she handles all of my nutrition when I go through camps, Gaston's as well, a lot of other very popular fighters that you probably know, but she has handled all of so as it relates to out of fight camp, now like I said, the relationship with food has changed. I find happiness in certain foods that I didn't used to, right? I actually enjoy eating healthy foods. I enjoy eating, and I get down in the kitchen. Okay. So it's like, so I love to cook. I love to cook. I love to experience new foods, all of this stuff. And so, I don't really overeat. I believe in everything in moderation, even in moderation with everything in life, and as with it is with foods. So I eat sweets. I eat, In-N-Out and, Chick-fil-A biscuits in the morning, with Chick-fil-A when I get a chance. Right. I just don't like overeat or overindulge. Like a lot of people struggle with that. It's a real thing. And so we're working to help people get out of that, seeking comfort in food in different ways. But while I'm in camp, I'm very disciplined. I'm very disciplined with what I eat. I know now what to fuel my body with, to make me feel full. Because like for women, a lot of us, we believe that when we're trying to lose weight, we need to eat less. And this is so far from the truth. If you're eating the right foods, you can be full. Like my breakfast sometimes is like a half a cup of egg whites, 1 egg, 2 pieces of toast with some zucchini and Parmesan on top, and it's fire, okay? That's a lot of fucking food. Yeah. That's a lot of food. Yeah. You cook a half a cup of egg whites when we're done with this, okay? Right. Right. Holla back at me and let me know. Yes.
And I love some eggs, even though the prices are crazy, but yes.
Yes, exactly. But it's the right food. So the problem is not that you're eating bad food. You're just not eating the right foods. And so working with people like myself, like my dietitian, everything like that is going to help you do the right things, eat the right foods, fuel your body, not feeling fatigued, not feeling like you're starving and you're forced now to like go and eat bad foods because you have all these crazy cravings. You know what I mean? Yes. So nutrition and diet is absolutely key to this stuff. And like I just have figured out the secret sauce over the years. I haven't always figured it out or had it down. But now I feel really comfortable in where I'm at, losing 10 pounds, because that's usually what I do. I diet 10 pounds almost, and then I cut a couple pounds. I never cut more than 2 to 3, 4 pounds max.
Yeah, it's a moderation thing, right? You brought up a really good thing. It's like people think you've got to, like, even for women and for men too, you think you have to eat less to lose weight. But sometimes you're saying it's about eating the right things. When I first got a trainer years ago and I wanted to gain some weight, he's like, it's not just about just eating more, it's about eating the right things and also breaking your meals up. So it's like I was eating twice a day. It's like, no, dude, you're gonna eat like 4 or 5 times a day. We're just gonna have stuff in moderation and we're gonna give you the right stuff to eat. And I was like, okay. It's like, but then you see, it's like there's a connection there, and that's I think like for some people, like and there's a lot of things that happen with that too. So everyone's metabolism is a little different, so a little fine lining stuff in there involved. But now I want to go to this this fight, of course, which is the one that went viral, and the freaking
not at all gonna go away easily.
Oh yeah, dude.
If people didn't think you were a badass at this point, they definitely knew after this point,
I was
right?
like, bitch, get your ass down there. Get your ass.
This is a Stephanie Quick fight.
She lucky I didn't stand over her.
Lifting.
Right, yeah. So she's definitely taller than you, right? Yeah. But you had the hands that day, or actually the feet, I should say, because it's coming up here. Oh, that knockout, man.
From the Muay Thai Princess.
Bro.
That was dope, man.
I wasn't there.
You weren't fair?
Prediction. What?
Look at all my people.
Yeah, but no, this is dope. I bring this up because not only so people can see your progress, and obviously you put the work in here, but this combo is great because you like light the hands up and then you just get it with that kick. But also, I want you to talk to me about that moment when, do you even know what happens right there? Because it's like you work this combo and then you're just throwing a kick. You're probably not expecting to knock her out, but it happens. So
I'm a sniper. You hear me? I'm a fucking sniper. Listen, I told my coach, I had told him over and over and over, I'm gonna knock someone out one day with that kick. That's the southpaw rear kick right there. Okay. And I told him, man, because here's the thing. I switched stances. You can see here, now I'm southpaw, right?
Yes.
I don't like it. So here I'm southpaw. Okay. I stay southpaw. I am an orthodox fighter. However, I'm left-handed.
I was going to ask you that. Okay, go.
Yes. Yeah, so I found out throughout my training, right? I'm like, man, what I suck in orthodox, I'm really good in southpaw, and this is really weird. I need to start playing with this, you know what I mean? And so then I discovered that rear kick is so powerful in southpaw. It is so powerful on the left side. My switch kick is really good in orthodox too, right? If you watch other fights, there's a fight after this that happened. That I did in December, and I didn't kick at all. You won't really see me kicking a lot at all. And that's because I was dealing with a couple injuries that I thought that if I was going to do certain things, I just didn't want to end that fight with injuries. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go into the holidays injured. And I was like, man, I can beat this girl. I'm going to just do what I do and beat her and get the win. You know what I mean? That's how I felt about it. I could have done more in that fight, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I just really didn't want to hurt myself in that fight. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but this fight, dude, I was locked in. I was so ready and so locked in, more than I've ever been in my life. And it was the first time that I literally get out. Gaston always says this thing. I literally have a little note card on my desk that he wrote. It says, it's your time. And we had a nice little talk right before I went in, and he looked at me. He's like, why not you? And I was like, why not me? And I just fucking bob. I was like, this is my fucking ring. This is my shit. And I just went out there, man. I was like, I know every single thing that I've done in this camp. I know I've done. I've pushed myself past the limits. I've done everything. There was no doubt in my mind that Desiree hadn't done the work. You know what I mean? Yes. I didn't go in there looking for a knockout. I never go in there looking for a knockout ever. I don't believe it's really hard for little people to knock people out anyways, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
So I just didn't. And when that happened, that was just my reflexes. That was just Des, I do this shit all the time. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, that's a combo that you fly all the time, and you can see it literally was effortless. And yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too. Because I meant to mention that. I was like, I know you're technically left-handed, but you go orthodox. And it's actually a good way of training, because when I first started doing, just to give you a little history of mine, I did traditional martial arts for many years, but then I got into kickboxing, and that's when I finally got into Krav Maga. blah. But when I was doing kickboxing, I had a coach who was like, I'm gonna put you in the southpaw and get you training southpaw so that you're comfortable in both stances. And it really carried over later when I started using it. I was like, it's so useful. It's almost like, to me, it's like the equal to like if you're into basketball at all, when you start like really getting into it and like, yeah, you're dope on your right side or your dominant side, but then now switch to your left. And if you can't switch to your other side, then everybody knows they're just going to put you off to one side of the court. Then you can't do you can't make plays happen from the other side. So it's the same idea. It's like you got to get comfortable being going on both sides. And I found that gave me a little bit of edge on the fighting side. I've never done pro fights like you have, but I still use that mentality. So you think that's definitely helped you, right?
Yeah, no, I think your coach was absolutely right. And I look back and I'm like, damn, I could have progressed even faster if I would have been in the right stance. But now I'm like, damn, because I'm naturally good at southpaw. Okay. So it's like I've worked on the harder stuff before I've worked on the stuff that probably could have been fucking easy.
Right. Well, I mean,
you're my life like this.
Well, you're lefty, so the southpaw is going to feel more comfortable. We're like on that dominant side. We naturally get there. Your coach had it right, training you that way, and so then you can flip at will, and it confuses other fighters, right? So you got that advantage.
Yeah, well, it's funny. It's funny how he, first of all, like how he decided to do that. So when we first started training, and I'll tell you this really quick, but I was like, I don't know what stance I'm in. Like, I don't know what orthodox or southpaw is. And he's like, rolls his eyes at me, and he's like, all right, just stand right there. And I said, okay. So he's like, put your feet shoulder width apart and just stand there. And I said, okay. And then he walks away for a second. I said, where the fuck is this guy going? And he comes back and he fucking pushes me from behind. And my left foot went forward first because I lead with everything with my left. I'm just a lefty and I lead everything with the left. It's just what I do. And he was like, you're orthodox, come on. And like, that's how we've been training ever since.
That's funny. That's super funny. That's a good way to find out which way you should go. But I mean, I think it's good to train both ways. You obviously, like you can work in both sides. As I'm wrapping things up with you, I want to talk with you. You brought up Gaston, and it's pretty cool that you guys are connected. You guys are together. So talk about that, because that support system is so important too. You're lucky enough to have somebody in your corner that also fights. So does that make it easier all around in the relationship? Not that relationships are easy, because I'm always working on mine. I drive my fiance crazy with all my shit. But is it a little bit, because my girl doesn't fight world is so alien to her. She's a makeup artist, so it's completely different. So with someone like you who has a significant other who also does what you do, does that make it a little bit easier?
Yeah. You know, I've dated outside of fighting and I've dated inside of fighting, and sometimes it's work, sometimes it's not. I will say that yes, in some aspects it does make it easier, because we go through a lot as fighters. There's like with Gaston, I mean, he's fighting at the top level. He is going, he has a lot of pressure. His dad is, kind of not doing well right now. He's he's kind of raised up now as kind of the man in his family, and there's a lot of responsibility on him and a lot of stuff. And so if you don't understand the training and you don't understand physically how an individual what they have to go through, it's a really hard time. Even myself, I've dealt with this, and I tell this story all the time. I say, listen, I was going to go with a promotion and there was going to be some form of grappling that was there. We didn't end up going that route. However, I was training wrestling and training my ground game. And I went to a couple, I've been doing wrestling practice, and I was going through that, and I'm like fucking wrecked, bro. Like, I'm wrecked. And I go home, after that, after a few weeks, I was like, I said to Gaston, I said, I'm sorry. And he's like, why are you sorry? And he's like, I was like, because, there's been nights when you're fighting, like before you fought, and you're just like whiny, like, I was like, you don't, like, as women, we don't want to see our men whiny. We don't want to see our men like struggling and this and that.
Are you crying? No. No, I'm not crying.
And we're like, why is he being such a pussy? Like, what's going on? Like, especially women, like, have no idea. They're like, why is he doing? Why is she so up and down? Blah, blah, blah. Like, what's going on? Maybe I shouldn't be in this. You're not strong enough. Whatever.
Damn,
we have these intrusive ass thoughts, bro.
I get it. Yeah.
And and I fight, you guys. Like, I fight and I train fucking hard. And then I started wrestling and I was like, babe, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm really sorry. I was like, now I understand. Like, my body cavity hurts, you know? And even today we have a conversation, you know, like I have to learn how to put aside some of my own needs and my own things while, you know, one of us is going through camp, or if we're both going through camp, we're learning how to do that better, because it is a very selfish sport. But we do understand each other more. And I think we give more grace to one another, because we know we each work really hard. Like, deep down, I know he works his ass off, you know, like, I admire him. Like, you go into the gym and you see this guy, you're like, he's different. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he is. But he's also fighting at the top. So he has to be at that level. He has to be that constant grind. So, there's moments where my patience runs very thin and I'm like, what the fuck up, leave me alone.
Right.
Like, you know, and I'm like, I'm sick of you. I'm tired of you.
General,
like, no. I told them, my coaches, I have all men in the house. Gaston, my son, my coach Mal is here. We have 2 male dogs. I have 1 girl dog. My only feminine energy in the house. I told him yesterday, I'm fucking leaving all you guys. I'm about to leave this continent.
That's hilarious.
But yes, to answer your question, I do find it a bit easier because, you know, you understand what it takes, especially if you're both fighting at a high level, you know what it takes, you know? So forgiveness is huge. Empathy is huge. Like, it's hard. It's not easy. It's a very, very, it's a hard relationship to have, right? But we both have dreams and goals and things. So, you know, that's where love comes in, and you support each other. And we've known each other for, 9 years now. We've seen each other go through a lot of stuff, ups and downs, relationships, good, bad, trauma, shit, bad decisions, being pieces of shit. We've seen a lot of it from one another. So the friendship there has, I think, helped create that foundation, you know, for us and help both of us grow in a lot of ways. So I'm appreciative of that, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, it's like, as most people may find it cliche, but that if you build off that friendship, then the relationship's just so much better. And that seems like what you have. So obviously you guys met at the gym, right? Is that where you met?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I used to actually despise him. I'm like, this guy's so fucking cocky. I mean, we've yelled at each other. We've gotten into huge fights, on the mat, in front of people. People are like, what is up with these two? You know, and then when people found out we were dating, they're like, this will never work. You two are too. But
that opposite energy sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting how, it's really, we both even talk about it now. We're like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah, I know. What's going on here? Why do I like her? Why does she like me? Right? Yeah. Doing a Dr. Phil.
Great. It's cool. It's really great.
So last couple things I want to ask you for work first. Now I can bring it up. The Operation Blacksite.
Successful people.
Being part of this
your success.
whole program. Tell me how you got involved. And I saw
that guy. You see that guy with the hat on?
Yes.
Okay, the guy with the hat on. That's how.
This guy.
Yeah,
right
that
here.
guy.
Okay.
Badass. Marine Drill Sergeant Mr. Steve Eckert.
Nice.
He's a bad motherfucker.
So how do you get involved with this program? And you got to give me the details on this, because I saw this. I was like, I want to go.
Yeah, you would love it. You would love it. So Operation Blacksite, I have been doing for the last year and a half. It is a 2.5 day event, where we are teaching people self-defense, hand-to-hand combat. We are teaching them weapon handling, search and rescue with SEER tactics, if you've been kidnapped, how to escape from restraints. There is an abundance of knowledge that comes out of this 2.5 day event from very high level individuals. So we've got, we've got Delta Force guys there. We've got, guys like Tim Kennedy. We had Mike Chandler there before. And it's on this huge ranch, okay? And Dan Fleischman and Bedros Keuilian are the founders, I think, of the program, which are amazing human beings in themselves, right? They have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of projects, a lot of stuff that are spewing back this beautiful growth for people. And in this 2.5 day event, like you can see here, we teach people if they've been kidnapped, how to find them, search and rescue. We also teach people if they've got shot, how to save them from dying with tourniquets and everything like that. But it is an amazing place with amazing people. It is primarily targeted for entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs, they have a different level of risk that's in front of them, especially if they're very successful, right? There's people that are trying to steal from them, take them. You go to a different country, you get kidnapped, if you are very successful. So it is a great place. I've been doing it for 1.5 years. We continue to teach people on a monthly basis. This month, actually, we pushed forward to in May because I think a bunch of people were like doing spring break stuff. But we moved to a monthly schedule because there are so many people that are wanting to learn these skills. They understand the value, right? In learning self-defense and learning the skills that we're training. So some of one guy there, Tony Blauer, I mean, he started, he's a founder of the SPEAR system. Okay. You can YouTube this guy. The SPEAR system is used foundationally across the entire police academy, to teach self-defense, right? Because our bodies have certain reflexes that we're born. One of them is the flinch reflex. So we flinch because we have fear, but how do we turn our body and fear into knowledge and to reflexes that are going to potentially save your life, right? It's huge. It's a huge movement that they have going on. They say like a butterfly effect. We teach this to people. They teach their family members, they teach their kids. I mean, Steve Eckert reached out to me at the time, and he was like, "Hey, I really love your stuff. Like, we need a hand-to-hand combat instructor. Like, are you interested?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I'm down to come down." And when I got there, bro, I was like, "What is this place?" I mean, I was so blown away. The people, everybody, the staff that I work with are all amazing human beings. Like I feel like I have a mini family down there because I grew up in a military household. So everybody down there, I feel like has these values that I carry with me. So it's just like a pleasure to go down almost every month and be around people that I resonate with that really kind of fuel me up. And if you can come down, I would highly recommend it.
Man, I would love to go. It seems like super survival skills. It's like survival skills on steroids. We do something similar in Krav where we do, we call it a kill house. We set up the house where like people will go through and we do like role play and real life scenarios, like how to get out of situations when you're tied, handcuffed, all that stuff, dealing with weapons, dealing with, if you have a gun or not. But that's on such a higher level I can already see, and doing it a two-day extensive thing. That's definitely totally up my alley. So I gotta talk to you offline about that.
What's funny is Steve's family. Okay, Steve's family. They're all next level. His wife's a badass. His 2 kids will literally save your life. Okay, they have the skill sets of. I mean, like I'm blown away. I mean, the daughter's 13. His son's like 14, 15. And I would trust them with my life. And when we do the kill house, his daughter is the one that's in the kill house and she's bleeding. They got the blood and everything. And she's screaming. Like if you look at one of their videos on the site, it's so believable that it makes you panic. Like it really gives you that real life experience of, having to take down assailants. So like that, if you're into Krav, that's what the foundation of, Tony Blauer. I mean, our gym at CSA, we have a whole whole Krav program that is based on a lot of that. So yeah, Krav Maga, I'm definitely a huge supporter of Krav Maga. And even with, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, I had this girl coming into my gym. I've known her for a long time. She's in the Army. She'll be deployed in September. She's going, you know, to a very dangerous place. And she was in boxing and doing some of the things. Said, hey girl, I'm going to be honest. I would never punch somebody in the street. Right. Never do it. Never do it. I would kick them. I would use my elbows or I'd use my knees, you know, because it's so easy to break your hands that it doesn't make any sense. People think that that's the way, and it's not. It's really interesting how we put those together. But so I love teaching that. I love doing that through Muay Thai, and yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's a Hollywood thing, right? We watch so many movies and TV shows where what's the first thing they do when they get a fight? They punch, right? So it's like everybody has it. Oh, I'm just going to punch the person. Yeah, until you do it wrong and break your hand, like you're saying. My go-to would always be elbows or knees, because like that's why I do love Muay Thai, what you do so much, because as I've evolved in the years and trained in different arts now, I just started doing a little bit of training in Muay Thai myself, and the elbows, and because it's like for me, yeah, I can throw some kicks here and there, but in Kung Fu we did a lot of fancy shit where it's like tornado kick. Would I throw that shit in real life? Probably not.
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly. But would I throw a freaking roundhouse kick to someone's knee? Absolutely. Would I throw a freaking knee to their gut? Absolutely. And like an elbow to their head? For sure. So it's like Muay Thai has all that, and I just love I'm just really getting into it. I really like it's becoming a new thing for myself. So like talking to you about this is just like pushing me. Plus like I said, Operation Blacksite, I got to talk to you about that offline. Okay, as I close out, because I know we're running out of time, I wanted to just talk to you last but not least about your podcast, because you're doing your thing now. It's called Unconventional with Desiree. I've only got to check out one episode, but tell me a little bit about that. I mean, I know it's part of your branding, but did you always want to do this, or how did that all come about for you?
Unconventional with Des. Yes. We had an original podcast that I thought of, which was Toughen Up. Okay. And I really loved that. However, I was doing a lot of that on my own. And so I actually worked with my management team to kind of rebrand and recreate the podcast. I've always wanted to do a podcast. It is something that I was like, oh, this sounds so much fun. And at first I was like, I don't really know if I want to do the guest thing. Like, I kind of don't want to do the guest thing. But it is really hard to have a podcast without guests. I mean, you can have a lot of information and you can put that stuff out there, but it does make it more fun when you do guests, because everybody brings a different flair, different ideas. And it's perspective, right? And that's what as humans, we thrive on. We thrive on growth and perspective. And so Unconventional with Des is all female. All my guests are female. And it's kind of where corporate badass meets fighter, right? And we intertwine those two worlds together. And all my guests have been super badass. And I believe that martial arts can be tied to anything in real life. I think the principles, I think everything, the mindset, the fighting, the digging, the everything can be applied to real life. And I apply those things every single day when I get up in the morning, right? The idea is to, start kind of meshing those two worlds together with the guests that I have, and we have Unconventional with Des. That's what it is.
Yeah, man, I love that. And you've had a lot of powerful women on your podcast so far. I mean, do you have a dream guest, someone you're really trying to pursue that you're like, oh, I want to get this person so bad?
I really don't. I do. I really don't. I take my time to here's my thing. A lot of people want the most famous person, the one that has the largest following. My dream guest is the one that has really been through something, is now very successful, and that can add value to women in their story, right? So my dream is to every guest that I have, they have this nugget of value of something that they either went through or in their journey to becoming successful that can help spark thought, right, into someone else. And that is the whole goal, because my life has been completely unconventional. As we've talked about, I never knew that I'd be sitting here talking about Muay Thai with pause on a Wednesday. And so life can change, very beautiful in many ways. And so sometimes we just need a different perspective, sometimes we just need a different perspective from someone else. And that's my goal when I talk to my guests every single episode.
Yeah, it's a great thing to bring about. And you're right. There's so many people that kind of sort of clout chase, and I'm looking for this guest and that guest. I'm on the same page because I really want people that have good stories to tell. And obviously, my emphasis is of martial arts and the training and all that, but how it can make people better people. So talking to people like you who have like literally lived it, walk the walk, talk the talk. A lot of my guests are the same way when they're so immersed in what they do and they're just, entrenched in it and they believe in it, whether they're teaching or they're practicing or whatever. Those are the great guests for me. It's not so much, oh, you had this person. Yeah, that's great. But I want the story to really, resound with people. So it's like, okay, I got something from this. I'm getting from this person.
Yeah, 100%. And I've got a lot of girlfriends. Like I don't hang out a lot because I'm just so busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my network is huge. And everybody that you've seen on here, I pretty much, except for one, I pretty much know personally, and they're successful. Like they have good followings. They have all of this because I have fostered those relationships. I'm not a woman hater. I don't have bad intentions. These girls are my like genuine friends and have genuine connections. And so that just comes with it. When you're a good person and you do right things, like you have the right relationships, and that's everything. Relationships are everything.
There you go. Absolutely. Great way to wrap it up. I'm going to last part. I'm just going to rapid fire questions because as I've talked to people who are genuine fighters like yourself, and one was Peter. I don't know if you're familiar, Peter Cunningham, Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham.
Okay.
Oh yeah, super dope guy. But when I talked to him, it was like he gave me the idea. You should do basically some fight tips from fighters. So I'm going to ask you just kind of rapid fire questions as some fight tips here, and you give me your perspective. Yeah, let's do it. So quick couple questions. To you, what makes a good sparring partner?
Someone that can recognize the level that you're at and give you the level of intensity that you need.
Yeah, for sure. The best way to check a kick. You're a Muay Thai person.
Oh, fuck. I mean, the best way to check a kick, guys, is you have to have a frame, okay? The elbow is on the outside of the knee when you check a kick, and you have to meet the energy of that kick. I always give the visualization, the saying, like, fuck you, like, it's not getting through, fuck you, you know what I mean? I literally tell people, I want you to be like, fuck you in that kick. Like, in your head, when I kick you, be like, fuck you.
Oh, hell yeah, I love that.
I check kick so hard because, man, that builds my confidence. I'm like, oh, you want to check? You want to kick? Check. I'm like, you ain't going to want to do that again.
Exactly. You're like so right on because I do teach one of my fight classes at the school that I train in. And I always tell people, it's like, yeah, we're not just blocking. We're trying to inflict some pain on these people that are trying to kick you or hit you. It's like, so you make them second guess whether they want to try that same hit again. And if you inflict some pain, more than one, they're probably not going to hit you back.
Exactly.
And last but not least, I'm going to put myself on blast because I listen, humble pie about the and listen, I got such a small ego, but I love to learn. So I got a little clip of me training with my trainer a little bit, and you can tell me, hey, like what to work on. And again,
let's see
be kind.
Okay, hands up always. Okay, let's just talk about your kick. Pause. Okay. So, number one, your feet are the most important.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're standing in front of me right now, okay, you have to step out. Where you are right now, you're just where you're at. If you look back up a little bit to like the actual kick itself.
Okay.
Can you, or will it freeze on that frame? Right there.
Oh, wait, I'll go
back.
Pause. Hello.
Right there. Okay. Do you see how your left base foot is facing forward?
Let's see. Yes.
Right there.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That foot should be facing to the left.
Okay, should be more pivoted. Okay, got it.
Yes. That is the first thing, okay? So in order for your kick to actually, because you're putting pressure on the leg and the knee, that's number one. You could over time, and I see you have a brace on your knee.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that. But that's going to open up your kick so that you're not kicking up, you're kicking through.
Yes.
Okay? That is the key for the hip and the kick to kick through. That's number one. The second thing is your hand. So your hands are kind of wild. I want you to tighten up your guard when you kick. And if you're kicking on the right side, I want you to keep the left hand as close as you can to your face right here, because we have to do we have to switch, there's something like this, but I want you to try to tighten that up a little bit. And then I want you to swing your arm down or across, okay? Because this is not just people, like, you throw the arm down as like a lever, right? It's like a lever that you use, but not only that, you're using that as a guard. You're using that because if they come with a hook or they come with a cross, like on this side, it's the cross, your arm is there blocking that. Okay. So the more that you can like keep this tight is also really going to help you. Like rotate your shoulders, keep everything nice and tight, and then the foot.
But yeah, Desiree, as we wrap it up, let people know not only where they can find you, but what's next for Desiree. I know your guys got to fight, but what's next for you on the horizon?
Yes. Well, we are in 2025. There are some things in the works right now. I'm training very hard, like I mentioned, looking to get out to Thailand. I would be honored to get a spot on one championship. That might be, part of our conversation as well. So you guys pray for me out there with that. You guys can follow me on Instagram. So at Desi_Limon, the same for TikTok. And we drop our podcast episodes every Wednesday. Check us out on Unconventional. And that's where I'm at. You guys can find me and watch my journey. And I love to give feedback to people and give back. So you can also check out our coaching program at thechampionsblueprint.io. We are changing lives. And so 2025 is going to be so great. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, that's amazing. No, thanks so much for being here, and we'll definitely keep following your journey and keep being inspired and motivated by you. So this is awesome. Okay, there you go. Miss Desiree Wodicker, aka the Muay Thai Princess, back with us for part 2 of the conversation. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I hope you especially enjoyed the parts where we got to break down her fights and how she's developed her skills over the years. Now, speaking of fights, I gotta give her props.
So I gotta give you props.
Because in the last couple of weeks, as of the recording of this video, she just got another major victory as she won the WMC US Pro title. So that means she's now the number 110 to 112 pound female Muay Thai fighter in North America. And of course, good luck to her in her pursuit of getting into the One Championship organization. As you all know, former guest Mr. Jeff Chan was also part of that organization, although briefly, but it is a big deal. Okay, so don't forget to follow us on all of our socials. I'll leave them all here. Please do consider becoming a member, as it allows you access to even more exclusive content, and also, of course, helps me grow the channel and this wonderful community that you all are a part of. And if for some reason you haven't checked out part 1, I'm gonna leave that over here for you, along with another video that I know you're gonna enjoy. Trust me. Stay safe, see you in the next round, and of course, keep punching.
Look at this one, look at that one. Look, are you kidding me?
Hey guys, this is Desiree, and you are watching Kung Fu Chronicles.